Welcome back to the channel where we strip away the masks of predators and hand the scalpel back to the survivors. You are here because you are hungry for justice, but the hunger feels like it's eating you alive. You've been through the psychological meat grinder, left in the wake of a person who systematically dismantled your reality, your confidence, and your soul. Now, you want them to feel the same weight. You want to see the light fade from their eyes just as they did to yours. But there is a brutal truth that nobody tells you. Almost every victim who tries to get revenge fails. They fail because they fight. Today, we expose the only type of victim who ever truly gets revenge, and the secret lies in a weapon you've likely been too afraid to use. Look at the wreckage of your life and ask yourself, what has fighting ever gotten you? Every argument you had, every time you tried to prove your point with logic, every moment you screamed for them to just see the pain they were causing, it was all energy. In the narcissist world, energy is the only currency that matters. To them, your rage is a compliment. Your tears are a trophy. Your desire for revenge is the ultimate validation that they still control the thermostat of your internal world. You think you're fighting back, but in reality, you are just providing the very fuel they need to stay alive. They don't care if the attention is negative, they just care that they are the center of your universe. The traditional idea of revenge is a trap designed by the predator himself. They want you to stalk their social media. They want you to send that long, angry text explaining how much they hurt you. They want you to try and expose them to their friends. Why? Because as long as you are doing that, you are still orbiting their sun. You are a satellite trapped in their gravity, unable to find your own light. Fighting a narcissist is like wrestling a pig in the mud. After an hour, you realize the pig is actually enjoying it while you are covered in filth. To truly hurt someone who has no soul, you have to stop speaking the language of conflict entirely. We are diving into the secret knowledge of the indifferent survivor. This is the only type of person a narcissist truly fears. They don't fear the strong person who fights. They fear the person who simply forgets they exist. There is a haunting question that keeps every victim awake at 3 a.m. How do I make them feel the void I feel? The answer is not through a grand act of retaliation. It is through the absolute withdrawal of your presence. We are going to deconstruct the mechanics of this psychological warfare, showing you why the most aggressive form of revenge is actually the most peaceful one for you. Imagine a cinematic landscape where a predator is chasing a shadow. The predator is fast, vicious, and loud, but no matter how hard they strike, they hit nothing but air. This is the psychological state of the narcissist when they face the one victim they cannot break. They are accustomed to reaction. They are addicted to the high of your suffering. When that reaction stops, when the line goes dead, they experience a form of psychological suffocation. Today, we are going to show you how to become that shadow. We are going to move past the amateur tactics of getting even and move into the master-level strategy of total erasure. The narcissist has spent years mapping your triggers. They know exactly which button to press to make you explode, and they have been harvesting that explosion for supply. Your desire for revenge is just another button. If you try to hurt them, you are proving that they still have power over your emotions. You are telling them that they are significant enough to be hated. But the truth is, the opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. Hate requires energy. Hate requires a connection. Indifference is a cold, hard wall that reflects nothing but the narcissist's own emptiness back at them. Why is it that only one type of victim ever wins? Because that victim has realized that the narcissist is a hollow shell. They have looked behind the curtain and seen the small, shivering, pathetic child that runs the machine. Once you see the god of your household as a broken algorithm, you can no longer hate them. You can only be bored by them. This realization is the turning point. It is the moment you stop being a character in their movie and start being the director of your own life. We are going to analyze the internal chaos of the narcissist to show you exactly why your silence is a death sentence for their ego. You've been told to forgive and forget as if it's a gift to the abuser. That is a lie. Forgiveness is a personal process, but forgetting, truly forgetting the relevance of the narcissist, is a tactical nuke. The narcissist's greatest fear isn't your anger, it is your irrelevance. They would rather you try to kill them than have you not know who they are. They exist only through the eyes of others. Without your gaze, they start to disappear. This is the brutal truth we are exploring today. You don't get revenge by making them pay, you get revenge by making them nothing. The setup is simple. You have been playing a game where the rules were rigged from the start. You were trying to win a battle of hearts with someone who uses their heart as a decoy. You were trying to find justice in a court where the narcissist is both the judge and the jury. The only way to find justice is to leave the courtroom and burn the building down behind you, not with fire, but with cold, calculated absence. This video is your initiation into the elite group of survivors who walked away and never looked back, leaving the predator to rot in the silence they created. Prepare yourself for a journey into the dark heart of narcissistic motives. We are going to break down why they need you to fight and what happens to their brain when you stop. This is a mix of documentary-style exposure and psychological breakdown. If you are ready to stop being the victim who bleeds and start being the one who thrives, stay tuned. We are moving into Chapter 2, where we reveal the hidden motives and the visceral metaphors of their internal chaos. The path to the only revenge that matters begins right now. To understand the narcissist's psychology, you have to visualize their soul as a black hole. It is a massive, gravity-driven void that produces no light of its own. It survives only by devouring everything around it, your joy, your peace, and even your anger. Every time you fight back, you are throwing more mass into the hole, making it stronger. The narcissist doesn't have a stable self. They have a false self, a brittle, porcelain mask that requires constant supply to stay glued together. Without your reaction, the glue begins to dry. The mask begins to crack. They are addicted to dopamine hits derived from dominance. When they gaslight you and see you doubt your own sanity, that is a hit. When they triangulate you with another person and see your jealousy, that is a hit. But the biggest hit of all comes from your revenge attempts. It proves to them that they have achieved godlike status in your mind. They see themselves as so powerful that they have driven you to the point of madness. In their twisted logic, your obsession with getting revenge is the ultimate proof that they are unforgettable. Beneath the surface of their arrogance lies a primal panic. This is the secret knowledge they don't want you to have. The narcissist is terrified of being ordinary. They are terrified of the silence. Without the noise of a conflict, they are forced to hear the screaming echo of their own inadequacy. They use you as a mirror to avoid looking at the abyss inside themselves. When you fight them, you are a solid mirror, reflecting back the distorted image they want to see. But when you become indifferent, the mirror turns into a window, and all they see is the dark void on the other side. Their motives are never about you, they are about regulation. A narcissist cannot regulate their own emotions. They need to project their shame, their guilt, and their self-hatred onto a sacrificial lamb. You were chosen because you were high value, because you had enough light for them to steal. When you try to get revenge by fighting, you are staying in the role of the lamb. You are accepting the shame they threw at you and trying to throw it back. But they are experts at handling shame, they've been doing it their whole lives. You are playing on their home turf. Use this visceral metaphor. The narcissist is a parasite that has convinced the host it is a vital organ. You think you need the fight to feel closed or resolved, but that is just the parasite's venom talking. The parasite needs your blood to circulate. It needs the heat of your heart. When you stop fighting, you aren't just losing an argument, you are cutting off the blood supply. The narcissist begins to experience psychological starvation. This is where the real revenge begins, in the quiet places where the parasite realizes the host has moved on to a different life. They live in a state of chronic boredom and internal chaos. To them, a peaceful life feels like death. They need the high-voltage electricity of a trauma bond to feel alive. This is why they escalate the abuse right when you think things are getting better. They are testing the fence to see if they can still get a spark out of you. If you provide that spark through a revenge attempt, you have just signed up for another cycle of abuse. You have told the predator that you are still in the cage, even if you are shaking the bars. The narcissist's fear of being exposed is real, but not for the reasons you think. They don't care about being bad, they care about being seen as weak. If you fight them publicly, they can play the victim and turn the crowd against you. They are masters of the smear campaign. But if you walk away with a smile and a shrug, they lose the ability to narrate the story. They are left holding a script with no co-star. This creates a narcissistic injury that no amount of new supply can ever truly heal. They are trapped in a dopamine loop of the hunt. They enjoy the idealization phase because of the novelty, but they live for the devaluation. It is the moment they prove their superiority over a strong person. If you are a victim who fights, you are the perfect prey. You keep the hunt interesting. You provide a challenge that makes their eventual victory feel more grand. But the indifferent victim is the one who simply walks off the playing field. The predator is left in the middle of the arena, looking foolish, with no one to kill. Their internal world is a cemetery of discarded souls. They have a long list of people they have used and thrown away. They expect you to stay in that cemetery, haunt the grounds, and cry over the grave of the relationship. That is where they want you. As long as you are grieving or seeking revenge, you are still a resident of their cemetery. You are still under their jurisdiction. The only way to get revenge is to resurrect yourself and walk out of the gates, leaving the cemetery behind for good. They are not strong, they are just loud. Their strength is an illusion built on your compliance. They have no internal core, no integrity, and no resilience. They are a paper tiger with a megaphone. Once you stop listening to the megaphone, you realize the tiger has no teeth. We are moving into Chapter 3, the dramatic turning point. We are going to show you the moment the power shifts, the moment the narcissist realizes they've lost the only thing that mattered, their access to your soul. The dramatic turning point begins with a shift in your internal vibration. It is the moment you stop explaining yourself. Explanation is a form of begging. It is a plea for the narcissist to have empathy they don't possess. When you stop explaining, you stop giving them the roadmap to your triggers. The narcissist will notice the silence immediately. They will initially think you are just pouting or playing hard to get. They will use their standard hoovering tactics, the fake apologies, the I miss you texts, the I've changed routines. But this time, they hit a wall of cold, hard glass. This is the birth of the indifferent survivor. This is the only type of victim who gets revenge because they are the only ones who can't be triangulated. The narcissist will try to make you jealous by showing off a new supply. They want you to fight for them. They want you to compete. But the indifferent survivor looks at the new victim and feels nothing but pity. They don't fight to get the narcissist back. They are relieved that the narcissist is someone else's problem now. This lack of competition is a psychological plot twist that the narcissist never saw coming. Why is indifference a nuclear weapon? Because it denies the narcissist their identity. A narcissist is a mirror seeker. They only know who they are by the reflection in your eyes. If your eyes show rage, they see themselves as a powerful villain. If your eyes show fear, they see themselves as a god. But if your eyes show nothing, not even hate, just the same look you'd give a stranger on a bus, the narcissist's reflection disappears. They experience a dissolution of the self. They feel like they are literally fading into the shadows. Watch the narcissist's initial confusion turn into desperation. When they realize the old tricks aren't working, they will escalate. This is the most dangerous and revealing part of the movie. They will go from love bombing to white-hot rage in seconds. They will threaten you, they will cry, they will claim they are going to hurt themselves. This is the extinction burst. It is the sound of a parasite realizing the host has developed an immune system. Your revenge is watching them unravel without you having to lift a finger. The Hoover fails because you have devalued the supplier. You used to see them as a god or a soulmate. Now, you see them as a scam. You see the strings on the puppet. You see the cheap paint on the mask. When you look at them with indifference, you are telling them that their magic is gone. You have broken the spell. The narcissist can feel the shift. They feel the coldness of your energy, and it terrifies them more than any physical threat ever could. They are losing their life support. This is the power shift. In the relationship, you were always walking on eggshells. Now, the narcissist is the one walking on eggshells around your silence. They are overanalyzing your every move. Why didn't they respond? Who are they talking to? Are they happy? They are now the ones obsessing. They have become the victim of their own game. Your revenge is not a proactive strike, it is the passive resistance of being whole without them. You have reclaimed the territory of your mind. The narcissistic injury is deep and permanent. By not fighting, you have denied them a closure narrative. They wanted to leave the relationship with you as the crazy ex and them as the victim. But by being calm, indifferent, and successful, you are rewriting the ending. You are the one who discarded them, even if they were the one who physically left first. In their mind, the person who cares less is the winner. By reaching a state of indifference, you have officially out-narcissist the narcissist. The plot twist is that you didn't win by being better at the game. You won by exiting the arena. The narcissist is still there, sword in hand, waiting for an opponent who is never coming back. They are screaming at the empty seats. They are fighting ghosts. Meanwhile, you are miles away, breathing fresh air, building a life they can no longer touch. This is the brutal truth. The only way to beat a professional liar is to stop listening to the lies. Your indifference is the final verdict. The silence is deafening to them because it forces them to internalize. Without your reaction to distract them, the narcissist has to face the void. They have to sit with their own shame. They have to realize that they are disposable. You were the one who gave them color. You were the one who gave them life. Now that you are gone and indifferent, their world has turned to gray. They are rotting in the boredom they spent their whole lives trying to avoid. Reality is hitting the narcissist like a freight train. They thought they could always come back. They thought you were standard equipment in their life. But now they see that you are bespoke. You were unique, and they traded you for a placeholder. As they look at their new supply, who is already starting to bore them, they realize the magnitude of their loss. We are moving into Chapter 4, the collapse and consequences. We are going to show you the internal panic and the social rot that consumes the narcissist once the indifferent victim walks away. The collapse begins with a frantic smear campaign that smells like panic. In the past, their lies about you were surgical and calculated. Now, they are messy and desperate. They are telling anyone who will listen that you are evil or crazy, but their eyes are wild. They are looking for allies to help them feel real again. People are starting to notice the mask slipping. They are seeing the rage that the narcissist used to hide. The narcissist is overplaying their hand, and in doing so, they are exposing their own insecurity. Their rapid replacement supply starts to fail. The narcissist expected the new person to fill the Grand Canyon you left behind, but it's not working. They are triangulating the new person with your ghost, comparing them to you, but you aren't there to compete. Without the competition, the new relationship feels flat. The narcissist is realizing that they didn't just lose a partner, they lost a top-tier supplier. They are starving in a room full of scraps. This is the internal panic of the collapsing ego. The social fallout is a slow burn karma. Because the narcissist is decompensating, they start to treat their flying monkeys with the same contempt they showed you. They are lashing out at everyone. Their circle is shrinking. People who once admired their charm are now repelled by their bitterness. The narcissist is becoming a pariah in the very world they tried to conquer. They are losing their audience, and for a narcissist, being ignored is a living death. The internal unraveling is visceral. The narcissist starts to experience anhedonia, the inability to feel pleasure in anything. The hunt is no longer fun. The lies are harder to keep track of. They feel old, tired, and hollow. Your indifference has acted as a mirror of truth, showing them exactly how insignificant they really are. They are sinking into a deep, dark depression that they cannot manipulate their way out of. They are trapped in the prison of their own disorder. They begin to rot from the inside out. Their false self is atrophying from lack of use. Without you to blame, they have to internalize their own failure. They start to hate themselves with a primal intensity. This is the brutal revenge you wanted, but you aren't even there to see it. You have erased them from your operating system, while they are obsessing over your indifference every single hour. You have reclaimed your power, and they are drowning in the void you left behind. The loss of territory is absolute. The narcissist used to own your thoughts. They used to own your weekend. Now, they don't even own a second of your attention. They feel homeless in your universe. They try to invade your life through fake accounts or mutual friends, but they hit a digital and emotional wall. Your indifference is a force field that their evil cannot penetrate. They are exiled from the paradise of your empathy, and they know they can never go back. They are desperate for a reaction, any reaction. They might savage your reputation, they might sue you, they might attack your family. This is the predator's last stand. They are trying to force you back into the ring. But if you stay indifferent, if you stay no contact, their blows land on nothing. They are punching the air. They are exhausting themselves while you are resting. This asymmetry of effort is the ultimate humiliation for a control freak. The frantic search for a new host becomes pathetic. They are lowering their standards. They are grooming people who are easy targets, but it doesn't satisfy them. They are haunted by the high they had with you. They realize they fumbled the bag. They realize they traded a diamond for a rock. The new supply is a constant reminder of their failure. They are trapped in a life of mediocrity that they created with their own greed. The cruelty of time begins to set in. As the narcissist ages, their charm fades. Their looks fade. Their manipulations become transparent. They are becoming the creepy, lonely person at the end of the bar. They have no deep connections, no loyalty, and no legacy. Your indifference was the first domino to fall. You were the one who woke up, and your awakening started the countdown to their total irrelevance. They are fading away while you are glowing. The ultimate isolation is the final chapter of the narcissist's life. They are alone in a room full of mirrors, and every mirror shows a monster. They have burned every bridge. They have poisoned every well. Your indifference was the final nail in the coffin of their control. You didn't fight them, you outgrew them. We are moving into Chapter 5, the final truth and healing. We are going to show you how to solidify your victory and build a life where the narcissist is nothing but a faded memory. We arrive at the final truth. Revenge is not an action, it is a byproduct of growth. You didn't set out to destroy them, you set out to save yourself. But in saving yourself, you destroyed the only world they knew, the world where they were the god and you were the worshipper. By resurrecting your self-worth, you have assassinated their grandiosity. This is the cinematic closing of your trauma. You are standing at the edge of the forest, and for the first time, you don't feel the shadow of the wolf. Reclaiming your soul is the final punch. The narcissist tried to amputate your identity. They tried to harvest your light to fill their void. But you have regenerated. You have integrated the shadow. You are now armored with wisdom. The narcissist can no longer access you because you have changed the frequency. You are vibrating at a level they cannot hear. You have moved from survivor to architect. You are building a life of authenticity, and in that life, there is no room for a fake. You are the architect of your peace. 4 years, you were the janitor of the narcissist's chaos. You were cleaning up their lies, their infidelity, and their rage. Now, you have handed them the broom and walked out. Your revenge is the order and beauty of your new life. Every smile you share with a real friend, every quiet moment of self-love, every success you achieve without their validation, these are the daggers in the narcissist's ego. You are winning by existing beautifully. The final truth about the narcissist's insignificance is the great release. You used to think they were evil and powerful. Now, you see they were just sad and small. They were a glitch in your matrix. They were a software virus that you have deleted. You no longer feel hate for them, you feel the same indifference you feel for a commercial you've seen 1,000 times. They have lost the power to trigger you. You have reclaimed the remote control of your nervous system. Why can they never heal? Because healing requires truth, and the narcissist is a living lie. They are locked in a perpetual loop of repetition compulsion. They will do to the next person exactly what they did to you, and they will get the same miserable result. They are doomed to be themselves forever. That is the ultimate punishment. You get to change, you get to heal, and you get to love. They are trapped in a cold, dark room with a mirror that won't stop screaming. This is the cinematic shot of you walking away. The music swells. The sun is rising. You don't look back to see if they are watching. You don't look back to see if they are hurting. You just keep walking. You have exited the narrative. You are no longer the victim of the narcissist. You are the person who reclaimed themselves. The narcissist is now just a footnote in your history, while you are the protagonist of your future. The erasing is complete. Empowerment is the realization that you were the light they were chasing. They didn't give you value, they stole value from you. But your value is infinite. It is a well that never runs dry. You have blocked the parasite from the well. Now, the water is all yours. You are glowing with the strength of someone who survived the abyss. You are untouchable. You are psychologically immune. You have passed the final test. The closure of the door is hypnotic and final. You hear the click of the lock. You feel the safety of your boundaries. The narcissist is on the other side, and they have no key. They can pound on the door all they want, but you have soundproofed your life. You have moved on to a higher vibration. You are inhabiting your own body again. The trauma bond is dissolved. You are whole. You are one. You are home. To the survivors watching this, the brutal truth is that your silence is your justice. Your success is your revenge. Your indifference is your victory. Don't give them another second of your life. Don't give them another ounce of your rage. They are hollow. They are fake. They are nothing. You are real. You are deep. You are everything. This is the end of the war. You can lay down your weapons now. The enemy has ceased to exist. Your revenge is the fact that you can still love, while they can only simulate. You can still feel, while they can only numb. You can still dream, while they can only calculate. You are the winner because you are human. The narcissist is just a shadow that tried to eat the sun. But the sun is still here, and it is brighter than ever. Go live your life. Go be happy. That is the only revenge that has ever worked. Your silence is the final word in their story.